here and just playing a little with the ball. In the last video we talked about movement of the ball, right? And once you get those movements, you can start bouncing on the ball a little bit, you know, developing a little bit more, you know, taking a little more risk, you know, like hopping, catching your weight, and so forth. In theory, it's the same thing. The hop is just simple. You're just getting your weight going and getting you develop more risk. But what we talked about was forward motion and backward motion, right? And now we're going to talk about vertical motion. I mean, sorry, in the other plane. So we have forward and back. We're going to go sideways motion. So we're still going to think about breaks. So now I'm going to massage the ball to the left, and I'm going to try to stop it and cause my movement. So how do we do that? The break is going to come your hip, left hip, right hip. So you're going to be here. This is a little more advanced, and you're going to roll and bounce on the ball as a form of braking, okay? But you're going to bounce with your hip. Roll, bounce on the ball, break, roll, bounce on the ball, break, roll, bounce, break, break. And I want to show you more advanced ways to catch your balance. So right now let's just focus on that. So left side and bounce, right side and bounce, left side and bounce, bounce. You know, and then eventually, you know, it's something that you do naturally from side to side. Okay? So Coach Roberto is going to show him doing it. It's very important for you to see that these techniques have been taught to other people and they can use them effectively. At the beginning when Coach Roberto started, he was struggling. Now he's, you know, pretty much an expert on these things as well. And just the same technique, okay? Now, how does this simple exercise apply to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Let's get a little closer here. Okay, so turn this way. In the last one we saw the butterfly hook. In Jiu Jitsu we have a movement called heavy hipping. What it does is, you know, it puts all the weight in your hip. So when your opponent uses the hook to lift, you can land hard with your hip on top of the hooks. Changing the physics, putting a lot of weight in the hooks and the legs, driving the weight down. You can use your heavy hip too. In many situations in Jiu Jitsu, we're going to discuss some. Let's go back to the butterfly hook, right? He goes here, he gets off, he has an underhook, gets a little to the side. Now he's trying to sweep me, he grabs my arm, right? As I'm going to look, I might post my head, and I'm going to drive my hip the same way that I bounce to kill the hook, okay? Try to lift that hook, push forward. I'm not using any strength, but just because I'm using my hip in the air, I'm able to catch my balance. You know, so just like we did in the ball, I can hit a hip to one side, you know, and turn around here so you see the motion. He goes to the same sweep. I go here, grab a deeper hook here. I go here, I post my head, right? So as you see in the slow motion, I post my head here. And now my right leg is going to heavy hip. Okay, driving the hip to the floor. Okay, make sure this time. Flip my arm. So, right, I can't pull my arm out. He goes, he got me, boom. Drive the hip forward. Okay, so that's one scenario that where this movement applies out of many. The other side of the time, comes up, he goes for it. So this time I was able to post my hand on the ground. I'm heavy hipping, controlling the legs from here. I can watch your wipe, get to the side, control the position. Heavy hipping in Jiu Jitsu is like one of those things that you need to have, one of those tools. You know, it has different degrees of angles, different degrees of motion. I'll show you another one. Let's say I'm passing the guard, okay, and the guy has a Torralbas hook on me, right? And I drag the leg across. And if I stand here for a long time, right, what's going to happen is he's going to get this leg and he's going to cross it over. He's going to get his guard back and he's going to reset the position. So let's say I'm here, I reach for the leg, hit in, take my leg out, drag. Now as I'm turning here, right, before the leg comes in, I can quickly transition to a heavy hip. Another situation where the heavy hip is important. I'm here, the Torralbas person has the hook, right? Now this time I go to drag the leg comes down, right? And I'm going to heavy hit a lot on my hip. Now it will be in a different position, but I'm still heavy on my hip, right? Usually the legs might be different. We're not trying to get real technical, swinging all the guard passes and all the counter attacks. But what I want to emphasize is that this exercise in the stability ball will help you with your heavy hipping, which is a fundamental movement in Jiu-Jitsu that will help you in many techniques, especially when you're passing the guard or defending against sweeps. Always check out the BJJengineer.com, also www.teamtorralbas.com or traintillyouDrop.com. Team Torralbas is home of multiple Pan American champions and world champion, and the Nogi Pan American champion, Gi, multiple time national champion, head instructor Roberto Torralbas. And just check us out. We offer a 30-day free trial. If you're in the area, if you're a visitor, you can train our school for 2 days, two times, a week for free. Just come hang out with us. We love to teach you quality jiu-jitsu. If you are from the area, we offer a 30-day free trial. Make sure you come check us out and learn some, all the great things that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has to offer to a true beginner. Okay, I'll be showing you a couple more different videos, and then also explaining how they apply to Jiu-Jitsu in the next time around in part 3 of this series. Peace.